Well, back to the Nigerian market, the all-share index closed at over 38,000 points, down 0.32%. Now, this was as a result of losses seen in Julius Berger, Total, Nigerian Breweries, International Breweries, and Mobil, while the gainers were Nestle, Northern Nigeria Flour Mill, Guinness, Unilever, and United Bank for Africa. Well, meanwhile, investors at the Nigerian local bourse continue to take profits for a second straight session, stripping more of the gains recorded last week. And while bargain hunting lifted a few stocks, many equity analysts say that the current downtrend may continue given the absence of exciting corporate earnings. Well, William Uko, Strategy Officer at Diamond Bank, joins me now for a look at market trade today. Thank you so much, William, for your time.
All right, thank you.
Hello, William, if you can hear me, let's just run through how the market traded today. Looks like it appears we had another quiet session today. Investors more interested in taking profit. Do you think this is a trend that we could see for the last trading day of which is tomorrow ahead of the holiday?
Yeah, thank you. I think it's a trend that we could see tomorrow as well. Keep in mind that it's a unique kind of week. We will not forget that it's a unique kind of week because, first of all, we have this long holiday, so to speak, which takes off at least 2 days of active trading. And then we also have the CBN directive concerning public sector funds kicking in tomorrow. Now, I kind of see a trend in which typically investors who want to protect their positions, there's going to be a short-term effect of that directive and a long to medium-term effect. So I'll pitch my tent with that projection of expecting this trend, this cautious, should I say subdued approach for today, tomorrow, and then when the markets resume on Monday, I would expect to see the gradual rebound as things begin to take shape.
Okay, talking about how things are likely to take shape, what about earnings? Remember, we're still expecting some key banks to report their half-year earnings: Zenith Bank, Access, Guaranty Trust Bank, and First Bank. How soon next week do you think we're going to see those results coming out?
I would expect that mid next week into the upper week, this result should come out. And like you rightly mentioned, these are banks that are typically among the most capitalized. These banks typically cut across the most capitalized banks on the equities market. So, and I would expect that the market has been upbeat concerning expectations about their earnings, and I do not think they're going to be disappointed. So I expect that their results will have that effect on the market, dampening what we may likely interpret to be some subdued and cautious trading in the last 2 days and maybe tomorrow. I expect those earnings to make a significant impact, but it's going to be a mixed bag because, like I said, there are other variables at play, and most of the effects will begin to kick in from next week.
Okay, well, what's your outlook for the banking stocks next week if we see some of these numbers come in? Of course, a lot of forecasts out show that we should be expecting some strong numbers.
Yeah, it's one of two things. I expect that one, the results are going to be pretty reasonably, credible to a large extent. There's every basis to expect that. But keep in mind too that to a large extent, since the CBN pronouncement and with results coming out in trickles, I expect that most savvy investors have already, should I say, priced the market and put their expectations in perspective. So what I expect to see, yes, there's going to be a lift to some extent, but it may not be what you might call that, what would normally have been that significant impact of making the market suddenly come upbeat. I expect to see a rather mixed bag of reactions to it.
Okay, now, William, I expect that we might see some correction or rather portfolio adjustments by portfolio managers, particularly for banking stocks. So how much of that would we see?
Well, yes, in the immediate term, we're definitely going to see that, because a lot will depend on the way the individual banks respond from a strategic viewpoint.